Bismillahirrahmanirrahim. Assalamu alaikum. This video is all about IELTS speaking questions, how to understand these questions and how to answer each question. Okay, I'm going to tell you everything in detail, and after watching this video, you will be able to understand, answer any question in IELTS speaking. My name is Asad Yaqub and I'm international IELTS trainer. I teach IELTS online all over the world and in campus in Lahore, Pakistan. Let's get started. If we talk about a question in IELTS speaking, let me tell you all three parts of IELTS speaking. Part 1, introduction, part 2, cue card, and part 3, discussion. All three parts contain questions. And it is very important for the candidates to know what should be the length of their answer, how should they answer, what should be included in the answer, what are the band descriptors for certain band level, and all that. So in this video, I'll try to tell you about all these things. First of all, let's analyze a question which is asked in IELTS. For speaking part 1, there are almost 200 plus topics, and these are frequently asked topics in speaking part 1, and there are 4 to 5 questions examiner will ask you in actual exam on one of these topics or 2 of these topics. That is speaking part 1. For speaking part 2, examiner has got a list of almost 100 cue cards, and examiner is going to give you any cue card randomly. And remember, in IELTS speaking, you have no choice. You have no option. Whatever examiner presents you, you have to speak on that. Right? That is speaking part 2. And in speaking part 3, which is called discussion, now examiner is going to ask you follow-up questions which are related to your cue card. Now, basically, we need to see what is a question. A question contains 3 important parts. If you understand these 3 parts, you can understand any question in IELTS, and later in this video, I'm going to tell you how to tackle these questions and how to answer even if you don't know the answer. Okay? Now, let's get started. First of all, a question starts with a question word. We call it WH question. What's the WH question? Words like why, when, where, what, who, how, whose. These are WH questions, and each WH question will give you an idea what to speak in that very or how to answer that very question. For instance, if the question is, what do you do in your free time? It means answer should be an activity. If the question is, who is your favorite personality, or who is your favorite person in your family? Who means someone, a human being who is the part of your family. And if the question is, why do people go to foreign countries? Why is for reason. So in this answer, you are asked to give reasons for that very question. Okay? In the same way, if the question starts with where means location. If the question starts with how often means frequency of something to happen. How often do you brush your teeth? Once a month. How often do you shower? When it rains. Just joking. Okay, something like this. So if you know WH questions, when examiner starts the question, you can immediately realize what are you going to add in your answer. A location, a person, a reason, okay, or anything like that, right? Now, once the question starts, in the question, when we use tenses, in IELTS speaking, examiners commonly use 5 tenses. And these 5 tenses are present simple. We also call it present indefinite. For example, I go to school every day. That is present simple. Next, past simple. I did not tell a lie with you. Did not, second form of the verb. Then there is future simple. I will go to a foreign country in future. That is future simple. Then present perfect. Recently, I have started a new business. Okay, that is present perfect. And finally, present perfect continuous. I have been learning English for 3 years. How long have you been working in this organization? So this is present perfect continuous. In IELTS speaking, part 1, part 2, part 3, examiner may ask you questions in these 5 tenses and you will have to answer. Now, second important part of your question is the helping verb, and helping verb will tell you whether your answer should be in present, past, future, present perfect or present perfect continuous tense. After this, the most important thing is the main verb in the question. If the question is, what type of food do you like to eat? Now, eat is the main verb here. So you understand, okay, I'm going to answer with the type of food. If the question is, what do you do on Sunday morning? What do you do? Do means activity. Okay, so when there is the main verb in the question, that main verb will tell you what you are going to talk about. The answer should be an activity or anything like that. And finally, the nouns which are used in the question, they will also help you identify and select the type of answer you want to give. If the question is, would you like to live in your hometown in the future? Would you like to live? Live is verb. Hometown. Hometown is noun. In the future. So you see this question is in the future tense. Okay. They are asking me whether I like or not. Now what I like or not, to live, and live where? In my hometown. So if you focus these parts of speech, you can easily understand the question, and once you understand the question, you can answer. Now finally, let's move on to the next part, how to answer the question. Very simple. In IELTS speaking, do not give irrelevant answer. What is an irrelevant answer? Question is, what is your favorite fruit? Fruits are very important in life. Some fruits contain vitamin C, and vitamin C is very important for our health. Different type of fruits are grown in my country, and these fruits are like apples, mangoes and oranges. See, this is all wrong. Irrelevant answer. You don't need to start your answer with the background. You need to give your answer straight away from the question. Hence, the first sentence of your answer is actually answer to the question. What's your favorite fruit? I love to eat oranges. What's your favorite drink? I love to drink water. Okay, so you need to answer the question directly. Step number 1. Step number 2, elaborate your answer. Give reasons for your answer. Expand your answer over 5 to 6 sentences. How to do that? Question, what's your favorite fruit? I love to eat oranges. As you know, orange is a winter fruit, and in my hometown there are several orchards of oranges. Whenever there is winter season, my friends who own these orchards, they send me oranges as gift, and in winter I love to sit on the rooftop of my house where I bask the sun and enjoy eating oranges. So to answer your question, orange has always been my favorite fruit since my childhood. It's an ideal answer. This answer will bring you 8 band or 8 plus band. So you need to answer like this. What type of answers do examiners not like? Question, what do you do in your free time? Answer, nothing. Question, what's your favorite fruit? Answer, banana. And then you look at the examiner. Ask me more, ask me more. And examiner will say, tell me more, tell me more. Okay, something like this. So you need to actually see what is important, how to understand the question and all that. Finally, after step 2, step 1, answer the question directly. No irrelevant answer, no background of the answer and all that. Step 2, elaborate your answer, expand your answer. And finally, step 3, conclude your answer. Therefore, I love to eat oranges. For all these reasons, orange has been my favorite fruit since my childhood. That is why I like to eat oranges. This is what we call conclude your answer. In IELTS speaking part 1, you have to answer using 5 to 6 sentences. Let me tell you, examiner has 4 marking criterias and you have to fulfill these 4 marking criterias. If you fulfill these 4 marking criterias, even you can get 9 band. Criteria number 1, pronunciation. Whatever you speak, it should be in standard English pronunciation, right? They don't want you to speak English in British or American accent, but they want you to speak English using the right pronunciation. Now, what is the right pronunciation? For example, the word is democracy. Now, democracy is the right one. Some people say democracy. Democracy is wrong. Now, if someone is from Spanish origin or Chinese origin, they may say democracy. Now, democracy, I would like to tell you about democracy in my country. As you know, my country is a beautiful country. Something like this. Okay, then they go on and elaborate. They will accept this accent as well, as long as your pronunciation is correct. Second, fluency. Fluency means that you speak without pauses. Fluency means you don't repeat yourself. Fluency means you don't say, I like to eat oranges. Orange has been my favorite fruit. And see that? This is lack of fluency. Pauses, self-repetition, repetition of same ideas, repetition of last word and all that. After pronunciation, the next important thing is your grammar. And for grammar, I've told you 5 tenses you need to learn. Along with these 5 tenses, you need to make sure that in your speaking, mainly you use compound sentences. What's a compound sentence? I want to go to Canada. It is a beautiful country. These are 2 simple sentences. But if I say, I would love to go to Canada because it is a beautiful country, now it is a compound sentence. In order to learn compound sentence, you just need to watch a 10-minute video on YouTube on how to make a compound sentence. In IELTS speaking, if you use 5 tenses correctly and you make compound sentences, you can get good bench score, okay? Along with compound sentences, you can focus on passive voice. Passive voice is important as well. And finally, the last criteria is vocabulary. Now, examiners, IELTS speaking examiners, they don't want you to use high-fi vocabulary, but they want you to use appropriate words which are related to the topic. I call it topic vocabulary. For example, if the topic is music, now all the possible words which we use to express ourselves for music, you should know these words. For example, loud music, listen to music, classical music, okay? So you should know these type of words. For example, the question is, do you listen to music? Of course, I love to listen to music, and mostly I like to listen to folk songs because the local folk songs from my country, they are really good. On the other hand, sometimes I listen to Western music as well, like English songs. They are my most favorite as I'm a language student. So to answer your question, music has been my passion since my college life. Wonderful, that's it. Okay, now you just say, do you listen to music? I listen to music. I listen to music when I drive. Sometimes I listen to music at night. Music is good. I enjoy listening to music. Music is very important. I listen to music. Very limited vocabulary, limited sentence structure and repetition. If you tend to repeat what examiner asks you in the question and you repeat the same question from interrogative to positive, that will be the reason for low bench score. That's all guys. Thank you so very much. In this short video, I don't know how long it is, I just tried my level best to give you the insights to IELTS speaking, IELTS questions, Now it is for you to practice. Remember, IELTS speaking is more like cooking. So you cannot cook something delicious by just watching a video on YouTube. Okay, you may watch a video on how to bake a cake on YouTube, and right after that, when you bake the cake, you cannot bake the cake as good as you watch on YouTube. That's not possible. In the same way, this video has given you the insights into IELTS speaking. Now it is for you to practice, to consider all these guidelines and make your answers according to the instructions of this video. Thank you so much. I also teach IELTS online all over the world and in campus in Lahore, Pakistan. If you want to join my online or in-campus IELTS classes, we offer IELTS test booking service. We offer PTE online classes. We offer single module preparation. If you want to get any of these services, you can contact us on WhatsApp. Asad Yaqub wholeheartedly wishes you best of luck with your IELTS speaking. Take care. Allah Hafiz.